Minecraft card game? Yeah, that's the way it's spelled. I saw this game for the first time a couple of days ago at Target when I was buying stuff in preparation for my upcoming trip to Italy. I don't know why, I just saw it and there was really nothing that could justify my purchase of the game. Minecraft, I played it with my daughters, we played on the Xbox from time to time. Not one of our favorite games. We enjoyed, but we haven't become obsessed with it. I don't know, is there something wrong with us? We just don't. We prefer to play stuff like the Lego video games. I didn't know anything about the game. I noticed that there are no names of designers on the box, which is always a terrible omen. Usually it indicates that a game that has to do with a franchise very successful was put together hastily by people that didn't even feel like putting their name on the box. There was this irritating question mark here on the cover. So as you can see, no reason for me to buy it. So of course I bought it. Game acquisition disorder is a real condition. Google it. You'll probably find my picture there. So I bought it, impulse buy completely. And I decided to play it. I played with my daughters. And look what the game turned out to be, which I had no idea. I had never heard of the game before. It turned out to be my first Splendor, or Splendor Junior. It is a simplified version of Junior. So there may have been a little bit of a money grab there, that somebody in the Minecraft family had decided to take a very well-known game engine like the one for Splendor, adapt it with a Minecraft theme, simplifying it, and so that they could come up with a game and call it their own. So if that bothers you, if you feel that game mechanics should be protected by copyright, then alas, clearly you will see this game as unethical. It is not illegal because game mechanics are not protected by copyright. If they were, I wanna buy dice rolling. I'm totally gonna get control of that. So you feel free to think that the game is unethical. I can tell you already, I enjoyed the game quite a bit, and I wish they had acknowledged somewhere their indebtedness with Splendor, but they didn't. Now, how does the game work? It is inspired by Minecraft. Could you tell that? You have a deck of resources, of resource cards. That's right now. Is not shuffled correctly because some cards are facing one direction and some cards the other. This is the back of the cards. You shuffle the resources together and you divide them into 5 piles of equal size that show the resources that the players can acquire. As you can see, I'm not one of the greatest shufflers of cards that there is out there. Now, the game recommends that you, I'm not now making sure that they're the same size, just to show you how the game works. The game recommends that you play with these decks of cards face up, but for reasons that I will explain later, I prefer to play them with the decks face down and the first card face up, and then when I take a card from a deck, I flip the next one face up. The effect is the same as playing with the decks face up, but you prevent a problem, which is cards may easily move around and you get to see what the next card is, which is always not good. When the card is another resource, it is even worse than when the card is a special card, about which I will tell you in a bit. So we have 5 piles of resources, and then we have cards that represent the things that the players can build. You shuffle these cards here and you divide them in 4 piles, again of equal size. There is one card randomly determined that does not enter the competition, will not be part of the game. And again, you place them where they are visible and reachable by all players. And again, I'm not doing things too accurately, making sure that all the piles are the same size. It's just to tell you about the main concepts of the game. Splendor Junior, as I said, my first Splendor. It's super simple and very reminiscent of Splendor. During your turn, you can take 2 actions. You can take them in any order. You can also repeat the same action twice. The available actions are to mine, that is to choose a resource card and take it and add it to your play area. And in my version, then you flip the next card face up. Or you can craft, which is you can use a combination of cards from your personal area to build one of the available tools that are on top of one of the piles at the present time. As you can imagine, to build a certain tool, you must produce the corresponding number of resources. For example, to build this tool, I need a diamond and some wood. To build this, I need some rock and some wood. Some resources are more scarce and some resources are more plentiful than others. Wood, for example, is the most common one. So as an action, I can use a combination of cards. So I'll suppose that these are my cards, then I can build this tool here. You don't get change if you spend too much. You discard the cards. And as part of your craft action, you take the card that you just built and you flip it face down, revealing the size of the tool. The numbers that you see here is the number of victory points that the card is worth. When these cards become tools, they acquire special power, which you can use once in the game, and then the card goes into your score pile. So basically, I put my tools in front of me, close to the resources that I still have, and once I use them, so I don't get confused, I put them in a separate score pile. Because when you use them, you still can score them at the end of the game. Actions are, for example, that you get an extra action during your turn. Here it allows you to discard the card on top of all piles, which is very useful if it's not your turn, because you can play these effects at any point during the game. It's not your turn and there are some really juicy cards that the opponents will get, or maybe it's your turn and the cards that are there are not interesting to you. The sword is very important because it defends you against the creeper. The creeper is a special card. When by mining a card, reveal a creeper, that will be the case. When you reveal a creeper, the creeper is discarded and all players also have to discard a resource card from their hand or from the areas in front of them when they are where they're keeping their cards. And this is why it's important that you do not see that the next card is the creeper. So playing this way, as I said, achieves the same effect, but you do not know until it is too late, until the creeper creeps on you. The sword protects you against the creeper. If you have a sword, you use it, and that allows you not to be attacked by the creeper. There's another special card here, which is the TNT, and when the TNT is available on top of the stacks and you use it, you discard, well, you take all of the cards that are on top of all stacks, then you choose two and you discard the other ones, including the TNT. At the end, you can only keep resource cards. You cannot keep TNT or creepers, because that would be weird, especially if you keep the creeper. So these are the basic ideas of the game. Mine cards, combine them into sets by resources, by tools. They will allow you to score points at the end of the game, and occasionally use the effects of your tools. There is actually a third action that I didn't mention yet, which is the reserve action. If there is a card out there that you would like to build at some point, but you cannot quite afford it yet, but you do not want other players to have it, then you can use an action to reserve it. And actually the game comes with these 4 holders here, very gimmicky. Clearly they're trying to give you a Minecraft feel to it, that you can use to place your cards there on reserve. And they do look good, they do look neat, but on the other hand, these are pretty tight, so you have to be very careful so you don't ruin the cards, or you simply don't use them. You simply set your reserve cards aside somewhere else in front of you, and you build it later if you can and so wish. This is the game. Collect resources, mine cards, collect resources, build the tools, use game effects coming from your tools, collect victory points as you do so, and the first player to reach a certain number of victory points is the winner of the game. And the number of victory points depends on the number of players. The fewer players, the higher the number of victory points that one needs to collect to win the game. This is Minecraft card game. Yeah, this is how it works. A Splendor. A Splendor with cute square cards with a Minecraft theme that will resonate with many. For me, it is not. It's one that is perfectly indifferent. As I said, I don't dislike the game. I don't love it. It's neither a plus nor a minus. It's something that is there. And for being a Splendor ripoff, I should say at least that it is one that works well. Sometimes there are ripoffs that are even worse than the original design. Splendor is still a superior game because it's more subtle, more nuanced, more complex, but also, precisely because of that, is not a game that I can play with my 6-year-old. This one is. This one is. And again, not just because of the attractiveness of the theme, which is one that also my 6-year-old is not particularly attracted to, but simply because the mechanics are linear, they are understandable, there aren't too many game effects. There isn't, like in Splendor, a double level where you had to balance short or mid-term objectives with long-term objectives. Here, you do not have super tools that you have to work half of the game to collect. Everything is much more straightforward and everything is more short. Midterm, which makes it much easier for a child to play. So I have to say, again, if it wasn't that I have mixed feelings about the interpretation that feels a little bit unethical towards Splendor, I have to say that this is a good game. It's an enjoyable game. It's not as subtle and deep as Splendor, but it has its own rewards, precisely because I cannot always play Splendor. I cannot play with all players. It is super simple, but still requires some thinking. So casual players may have a problem there. So problem there may not be as attracted. This is a game that I can introduce to casual gamers, to non-gamers, using also the familiar theme as a hook, and it is a game that I can play with many different people, and I can play with very young people. As a parent, it is good for me to have a junior version of Splendor that I can play and enjoy playing. Mind you, it's not just as a pedagogical tool, it's enjoyable, it's fun, simple, light gaming, and also as I do so, I am introducing my daughters to basic concepts of gaming, collecting resources, building stuff that they will use later when playing more demanding and deeper games such as Splendor. I don't dislike it. I just say actually find it quite enjoyable and pleasant. It looks pretty good. Minecraft card game is a cute, nice little game. It's light, it is a filler. When you play it only with adults, it may feel a little too light, depending on the group, but I can also see how adults can enjoy playing it as a simple filler. Minecraft card game, I bought it against my best judgment. I bought it when everything was against the game, and it turned out that actually it wasn't a bad purchase at all. Also, I spent around $12, so I didn't have to break the piggy bank to buy it. Minecraft card game, simple, light, and enjoyable filler.